So good everyone. So my task is to discuss about the warehouse ownership arrangement. So first we will define what is a warehouse. So warehouse, it is a large building where is a raw materials or manufactured good may be stored before their export or distribution or a sale. So in other word rather, warehouse, it is the place or it is a place where a product go to from the manufacturer before the going to the retailer or to the distribution. So the purpose of warehouse is to store the product or a good before the moving them to the another location. So ang warehouse gigagamit siya para before i-distribute a product, before siya export or import, i-store siya in that place or the warehouse para it can be safe ang product or the mga raw materials nga in the warehouse. So natay mga ownership of warehouse, mga types of warehouse ownership. So first is the private warehouse. So yung private warehouse, it is operated by the enterprises that own the merchandise handled and stored in the facility. So in other words, private warehouse, it can be owned. It can be owned or it can be rented. So these warehouse are owned by a management or by the manager or by the channel mga suppliers like mga manufacturer, mga traders or mga resellers. So in this private warehouse, it is used for exclusively for their own distribution activities only. So in the private warehouse, matawag na to siya private warehouse. Example is that if that warehouse is constructed or located by the manufacturer near to their product unit. So it could be this warehouse, it could be constructed near in the field or near sa ilang workplace. So matawag siya private warehouse kung kara nga warehouse is duol ra kay silang mga processing sa mga raw materials nila, sa ilang mga workplace nila, sa mga production unit. So muna siya gitawag og warehouse. So in the private warehouse, natay mga benefits nga makuha, which is the first is we have the control. So if you have a private warehouse, so the control should be facilitate integration of warehouse operation with a balance. So if you are operating a warehouse, a private warehouse, the control that you have is fully control yung warehouse inside or outside your warehouse. And also it could be flexibility, which is you are operating you can be operating ang mga policies, mga hours, producers nga it easy mo ma-meet ang customer, specific customer and their product requirements. So makontrol kung nakay control, flexible na siya, then the entire whole sa warehouse dali ra kay siya nimo makontrol, which is the private warehouse. So in terms of sa cost sa private warehouse, it could be less costly because the private warehouse could be operated by a non-profitable. So it means imuha ra gid na siya, depende ra na nimo kung unsaon mo pag-operate ang imong private warehouse. So second nga ownership arrangement of warehouse, which is the public warehouse. So yung tag public warehouse, it could be operated as an independent business offering as a range of for hire services such as storage, handling, and transportation. So yung tag public warehouse, it could be owned by a government, it could be owned or the semi-government bodies that are made available to the mga private firms to store their goods on payment or rent. So in the public warehouse, it could be usually held to the small trader who are not be positioned to have their own warehouse due to the financial content. So if you have a business, then you have no private warehouse because of the condition of the money you have. So pwede ka mag-rent sa public warehouse, which is owned siya sa government. So in the public warehouse also, nasa lang mga operation based on specialization, which is have been classified. So in the private warehouse na sila yung mga specific operation first ana nila, which is the general merchandise. So yung tag general merchandise, it can be the design and handle ang mga packaging. So kung nakay business which is under ka sa general merchandise, like mga naka-business mga electronic, mga paper, mga food, mga small appliances, or mga household supplies. So, it could be, pwede ka mag-rent sa public warehouse which is under ka sa general merchandise. So, second nga kuan which is the two, which is the refrigerated. So, in the public warehouse, napod sila offering sa refrigerated, which is, it is offer from a frozen or cooler capacity product. So, kung nakay mga frozen or mga cooler nga mga product, it could be, pwede ka mag-rent sa public warehouse if wala kay own warehouse. So, second is a third, which is the special commodity, which is it designed to handle a bulk materials, which is mga dry materials, mga powder, mga cement, powder, mga tires, or clothes. So, dira pwede ka sa special commodity. So, ang fourth nga, which is the bonded. So, in the bonded, it will be the payment of taxes or import and export. So, in this bonded, which your good are stored with a custom duty. So, custom duty is paid. So, when the good is stored in the custom duty, so it could be under the supervision of the custom authorities. So, parang mag-import ka, mag-export, so pwede ka rin na sila sa public warehouse. So, the last, which is the household good and furniture. So, kung household good and furniture, it could be the storing a large bulky items, which is nanadri ang mga furniture, mga applications. So, napo na siya sa public warehouse. So, third, which is the ownership of warehouse, which is the contract warehouse. So, which is the customized extension of public warehousing, combine the benefits of private and public warehouse. It is also a long-term business arrangements, but that provide a unique or tailored logistics service for a limited number of customers. So, kung yung contract warehouse, it could means that warehouse is owned by a third-party entity. So, if you have no private warehouse, then wala po available sa public warehouse, then it's okay. Pwede ka sa contract warehouse, which is your third party. So, in this private warehouse, contract warehouse rather, napod sila mag-provide po sila mga specialized services. So, in allowing you to rent that house, which is nasa lang mga long-term duration of the warehouse. So, in terms po sa mga benefits sa contract warehouse, which is the control, it could be offers the compromise by allowing a certain degree of the control at a reasonable. So, kung gi-allow na ni sa inyong contract arrangement nga pwede na nimo siya gamiton is that warehouse or that mga specific nga place in the warehouse. So, okay ra kay na siya if nagsinabtan na ang both parties. So, ang disadvantage lang sa contract warehouse, which is the duration of the warehouse, which is namo siya yung mga specific period of terms, which is kung nag-contract ninyo within 3 years, so 3 years ka magbayad sa imong warehouse, which is whether na nagamit na mo siya nga warehouse or wala, so bariyan gyud na siya nimo. Then in fact po, so the difference man gud sa public and private, so kung ingon ta sa duration sa public ug sa private, kay could be flexible in terms of duration. Kay mingon mo gud kung sa public ka mag-rent, it could be na mo siya pwede mo siya maka-stored ka og product in a short of month, like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. So, pwede ra sa public warehouse. So, muna sa ang disadvantage sa contract warehouse, which is the duration of the warehouse. So, the last that I discussed, which is the network deployment. So, mintag network deployment, it could be utilized a combination of a private, public, and the contract facility. So, it could be it could be called as a full warehouse utilization work throughout the year. It is a rare, dili kini siya mahitabo nga magamit kag contract public and private. So nung network deployment. So natin mga developing two question you answer in using a developing a warehouse network strategy. So first, if we have how many warehouse are required. So Mintag, how many were okay? So network deployment lang God, it could be you are setting up the warehouse where it is ready for the production work, which is it could be you are the way of changes on upgraded it, or it is the capability to understand your business need or provide a customized services. So kung yung kag how many warehouse are required in the market, so you if you are using a network deployment, so you can be analyze the data, the information kulang day ang warehouse dito sa market, which is magtukod ko mag-set up kong warehouse para maka work or makatabang sa mga private o mga public mga private ng mga company nga mo rent ana punang para in terms of market nila, di na sila maglisod. So second question is we have focuses on which warehouse ownership type should be used in the specific market. So imo pong i-analyze or i-balance nga karing nga warehouse kay muna piminti ginagamit sa mga business ron, which is the private warehouse. So magtukot og daghang private warehouse para ibaligyan nako din public warehouse kay mas kasagara kay naiuban mo nga business nga wala sila kwarta nga kuan sila ang warehouse ika build up, so matukod ko ani. So muna siya sa in network deployment, you are setting up a new warehouse where it is ready for the production work. So that's all of my report about the mga warehouse ownership arrangement. So thank you.